Our Google Slides number 4 is about adding buttons, buttons that are designed to control the flow of the presentation. On Google Classroom, you'll have a help page and you'll have a slide deck to work on. I'm going to hop over here. I'm going to show you something here first, though. This is actually Photoshop, but I'm using it as a fake whiteboard, which I do sometimes. Let's see, let me just make that brush a little larger and maybe like an electric green color if I can. Whee! That should work for the most part. All right, so what we're used to when we work in Google Slides is, you know what, I think I'm just going to go to black for the color. When we work in Google Slides, we usually just kind of go straight through the slides, right? You just start on the first slide in the show, and as you show your slides to your audience, you just go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. You just work your way straight on down. I really missed on that. That slide's black, so you can't see that. But you just go shoom straight down the deck of slides. But what we're going to work on a couple of different things that go along with this in the next few days. But what I want to do is make it so we don't do that. We're going to create a show that can jump all over the place. For example, if you're looking at this slide, and you'll see this again, this is actually just a screenshot of it, but you'll see this again in a minute. It says create a button that goes to the purple slide. So what's going to happen here is it's going to jump. Right, we're going to make that green. When you click the button, it's going to jump over some slides, and then when you get to the purple slide, it's going to tell you got to jump someplace else. Right, so we're going to make this kind of thing that just jumps all over the place. It's kind of crazy, but that's what I want you to do here. Is I want you to program buttons onto the slides that kind of jump around and don't go in sequential order. That's kind of the whole point of this thing. We are not just going to start at the top and just go straight down, straight through the slides. We're going to do something different. All right. Well, so let's start working. Let's start looking at how. Let's do it. There is a help page here for you. And like I said, the slide deck is here. You don't have to make this slide deck. It's already here for you. So you click it, get it opened up. It's going to make a copy for you. You're going to be ready to go. I've got mine right here. Okay, now you got to pay some attention to what it says, because on this first one, this is slide 1, the green slide. It says create a button that goes to a purple slide. Use an image for the button. All right, so that means you have to insert an image. All right, well, I'm not really going to care a whole lot what it is. Let's search the web, shall we? And I'll even look for a picture of a button. I accidentally bumped. Sorry, I accidentally bumped that. Okay, button. No, I don't want a button nose. I didn't say I wanted a button nose. Let's say button clip art. Yeah. All right. So like this right here, or whatever. I want an image, so I'm gonna pick this button right here, and I'm gonna insert that. And am I gonna be fortunate and have a transparent background? Yes. Look. Now here's one thing though. If you're going to use an image for a button, here's something you're going to have to do, and you're going to have to do this today. I will expect this today. If somebody's watching your show, they don't know what to do with that. I mean, it looks like a button, but they don't know what to do with that. So you had better put on a little text box that says something like, click the button. And you could format that text box to your heart's content. All right, I could center that, or I could change the font. I could fill the text box. I could stroke the text box. I could do whatever I decide I want to do. All right. Click the button. All right. So if you're going to use an image for a button, like I said, nobody would really know that's supposed. What am I supposed to do with that? So give them some instruction. Put a text box on there that tells them what to do. Click the button. Okay. Now, here's the next part of this. And you can do this a lot of different ways. You could go ahead and link this thing now if you want to. But you wouldn't have to link it yet, but I think I will. I think I'll go ahead and link it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and I'll do it. There's a lot of ways. right? I can do a right click. All right, sorry, and it's actually, to tell you the truth, I'm doing this on a Mac, and maybe right click's going to work on your computers at school. But anyway, I'll do it this way. It's Control K, it's insert link. We did it with Google Docs. So on the toolbar there is, and I could also go to the insert menu, I'm sure, and link would be there. Yes, it is. I figured right click would work too. So I could do insert link, or there's a button on the toolbar. So I'm going to insert a link. And here's the thing, we're not going to link this off to some website someplace. I just want to link it to a slide in this presentation. I just want it to go to a different slide. It tells you right here, create a button that goes to the purple slide. Okay, well, I'm looking over here on the left-hand side, and I see the purple slide is slide number 4. So I'll just open that, and I'll say, okay, that's a scrollable menu right there, and I want to go to slide 4 because that is the purple slide. If you look at your slide thumbnails on the left-hand side, you'll see that. So I'm going to say slide 4, and I'm going to say apply, and so that is linked. Now, again, you could do this a lot of different ways, but I'm just going to go to the purple slide this time, and I'll do the next link because it tells me what to do here. Create a button that goes to the black slide. Use a text box for the button. All right, no picture this time, text box. So go get a text box. You can use the button on the toolbar, or you can say insert text box, and I'm just going to drag this out. And just say something like, let's go to the black slide, or however you want to say it, right? And then format it a little bit. Get in, have a little fun. Don't be in such a hurry that I just want to get done. Don't be a weenie, right? Get in there, have a little fun with formatting it, doing some things to it. You could even do things like add a shadow to it if you wanted to. Let's throw a little distance on that shadow and a little angle, play with the angle a little bit. Hey, look there, I got a button that has a drop shadow on it, right? Okay, so now here's one thing. If you're gonna use a text box as a button, be careful about this. You don't want to click in here and get your text cursor and then insert the link. I don't think that works all that well, because really what you want your user to be able to do is click on that button like anywhere. You don't want to, I don't want to have to like click the text, or I don't want it to insert text that says slide 7 or something like that. I don't want that. So I'm going to make sure that I don't click on the text. I'm just going to click on the rim of the box. That should work fairly well. And I want to insert a link. All right, cool. And where am I going? Well, it says to the black slide. So if I'm looking over here at the left-hand side of my thumbnails, the black slide is slide number 7. So I scroll this down. I want that to go to slide number 7. I'm going to hit apply, and that one should be all set. Okay, now I'm going to go to the black slide, and this one says create a button that goes to the blue slide. Use a shape for the button. Okay. So you notice on the first one we used an image for the button. And you have to do that. That's part of the assignment. I want you to use different things for buttons to get used to it. So we used an image here. We used a text box here. Here on the black side, we're going to use a shape. All right. Well, the shape, there's a little shape button on the toolbar, or you can go insert shape, and there's all kinds here. And I'm not going to care what kind of shape you use. Use whatever you like. How about a heart? Let's use a heart. Whee! All right, so I dragged out a heart. Cool. Now, here's the deal with if you're using a shape. Don't just put a shape on there and then link it and say, well, that's good enough. Because, again, it's kind of like the picture thing back on the first one that we did. No one would know what that is unless you tell them. Should they click on it? Should they not? Well, you should tell them. Don't let your user, your viewer, sit there and have to guess. All right, this is supposed to go to the blue slide. So I'm going to say go to blue. And you can, if you want to, you can get in there and you can format that text. You can do things like centering and make it bigger if you want to, and change the font if you want to, and that's all. And you can change the color of the shape, right? I could go to the fill color of the shape itself and say, well, let's make that, since we're going to blue, let's make that kind of a light blue, whatever, right? Get in there and do some stuff. Again, be a little bit creative. Be a little bit exploratory, experimental. Don't be in such a hurry just to get it done. You just don't ever do anything. My goodness, what's the fun in that? All right, so go to blue, right? And now we're going to link that. So I'll do insert link or control K or however you want to do it. There's also a link button on the toolbar. And where's blue? Where's blue? Blue is 2. All right, so I want this to go to slide 2. And I'm going to apply that. All right, now you're going to find the rest of the way. If you just keep following that chain, I'm just following where it said to go. I started on the green and it said we're going to purple. So I went to purple and it said we're going to black. Okay, so I went to black and it says we're going to blue. All right, so the rest of the way, if you keep following that chain, it says the type of button is your choice, which means what were the 3 ways we did it? Picture, text box, shape. You can do it however you want to the rest of the way, right? You've done one of each, so now just kind of take off and do it however you feel like you would like to. So, for example, I might just do another little shape button here. Boom, 6-pointed star. This one's going to the brown slide. So again, put some text on there. To the brown slide. Get some text on there. You can't just leave your user guessing. That's not a good idea. That is not a good idea to just leave it so that nobody knows what to do. Right? I'm just making that font bigger, things like that. Okay, yay, there we go. All right, now. And again, once again, you don't want to insert the link like in here. Don't get your text cursor blinking at you and then insert the link, because that's probably, well, here, let me show you what I think is going to happen here. Where's the brown slide? It's 5. All right, so we're going to go to slide 5. And I apply that. And you see what it did? See how it stuck some like hyperlink text in there that says slide 5? And that looks terrible. To the slide 5. Oh, slide. That's awful. That's terrible. Control Z, undo that. So you don't want to click in there and like do it on the text. Click on the edge of the shape, and then you can do your link. And it's going to slide 5 and apply it. And then that way, all of this whole thing is applied. This whole thing goes to slide 5, no matter where I click it. Right? Now if I go look at the brown slide, I have to make a button that goes to the pink slide, and the type of button is your choice. And if I go to the pink slide, I have to make a button that goes to the yellow slide, and the type of button is your choice. And if I go to the yellow slide, I have to make a button that goes to the gray slide, and the type of button is your choice. And if I go to the gray slide, I have to make a button that goes to the red slide, and the type of button is your choice. And if I go to the red slide, I have to make a button that goes to the orange slide. The type of button is your choice. And if I go to the orange slide, that's the end. Whew. So I will show you something here. Here's one that's all done. And I'm going to present it. And here's the idea behind this. I'm not going to come down here and hit play. I don't want it to just go by itself. That's the thing about this kind of a show. I don't want it to go by itself. I put buttons in there. That's how you make it go. You click the buttons. All right, so this should take me to the purple slide. Watch it. It says click the face. Boom. Oh, look, it worked. Let's go to the black slide. Let's see if this works. It did. Off to blue. Does it work? Yes. Brown slide. It worked. Create a button that goes to pink. It worked. Should go to yellow. Hello, yellow. Yellow. Gray. Red. Head to red. See what I did there? Orange or bust. And then that's the end. So really, and I hope you can see what's actually happening, there's really slides is jumping all over the place. It's not going straight through these. That's not what we want. It's jumping all over the place, from the green to the purple to the black to the, it's jumping all over. But the way we're controlling it is because we made buttons that are programmed or designed to go to specific places when you click them. And that's what I want you to do on this assignment. All right, there it is. Off you go.